Hello. How are you, Denise? Hello, everybody. Welcome. I know it's been forever. If you're watching this on the replay, thanks for being here. If you don't mind, give this a quick thumbs up. And I'm glad that you're here, even if you couldn't be here live and in person. Well, some of you know I'm supposed to be on vacation right now. I am supposed to be sunning myself in by the pool in Biloxi. However, the day that we were supposed to leave, here I should let me see. We'll make myself solo. Here we go. The day that we were supposed to leave, they had, hi Sandy, hey Terry. We had icky weather, and we were supposed to connect in Charlotte, and they had icky weather, and so therefore our flight was canceled. And I tried like all the airports from Chicago to Des Moines to try to reschedule, and to no avail. So we ended up coming back to Des Moines, and here we are. So we haven't really done anything exciting. We should have, like, we thought about going for a road trip, and we didn't. So we just did house stuff. So that's no vacation. But while I was going through my things, excuse me, I decided that it would be a good idea to go live because I haven't done it for a while. And so that's kind of like being on vacation. I get to hang out with all of you. So if you're wondering what we're going to do, your guess is about as good as mine. One thing I do want to do is, because you did tell me in the comments that the masterboards that we created, hi Debbie, hi Susie, the masterboards that we created for Hazel's Masterboard Madness, you wanted to see them cut apart. And I thought, well, maybe we could just work on some of those. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to go back to, how about, which one's better? Not that. There we go. So that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, I have some exciting things to share with you. I recently did a video that hasn't aired yet. It probably won't for a little while. But what I do with all of the things that I want to, I'm going to make this one bigger so you can see it. One of the things that I do is go through all of my ephemera that I want to scan, and that is, you know, all the antique stuff and all of the fun things, and the ephemera that I have collected, and I keep them in suitcases. So I went through one of the, it's like a train case, you know, makeup case, if you will, and I started sorting them on camera. So when that does air, I want you guys to definitely comment on there and see what you want me to do next, because I sorted into a basket some things that I want to scan, and all of them, I'll do all of them, but I kind of want you guys to help me prioritize this. But this morning I decided to whip up a few, and so these were some vintage, I hope you guys can see that these well enough. These were some vintage handmade little embroidery pieces that I found. And that's the other thing. I don't know about you, but I've been keeping all of these safe and sound so that I could make them into something for all of us, for digitals. And then then they go unused. So I'm trying to, that was one of my goals for this year, is to actually scan quite a bit of my ephemera. So yeah, I know it was very impromptu, but that's kind of how I roll sometimes. So the first one were those little embroidery pieces, and let me put these all aside and then I'll show you. And so here's what I came up with. I just did these this morning, and what I decided to do was just make these in a bunch of different sizes so that you can use them with whatever you wish to use them for. And I think these, hi Sierra, I think these are all so fun. So then I started playing with them and did some colorization on them and changed them up a little bit. So I think that those are going to be really fun. So I did most of what was in that stack. I think there were a couple that I didn't do. And I really like how these, I know you guys can't tell really quite as well as how cute they are actually on the page, but this little pink and the pastel greens are just so cute. And a couple of them weren't fully finished, like some of the flowers weren't done. And I thought, well, I don't mind. I think maybe the kitty ones, but these bunnies are cute. So I thought if we have time, we can play with these too. And what I would like to hear from all of you is, well, how would you use these? Because I just made these this morning. So I haven't really given it much thought. And I would love to hear your ideas on, hey, do this. And then I did do one collage sheet just because, well, because I had an extra sheet on when I was making these, and I was like, it's too much work for me to delete the page. I'll just make up a new one. So I just stuck this in as a collage. And there are a couple that didn't make it to print, like the bear and I think the kitty. But that was that little kit. So that's one of the things that I did this morning. I actually got 4 kits done. Oh, hidden paper clips. That is a good idea. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, that's a good idea. And then I do have, I did have some of my mistakes. So, either they didn't, I'd always test them first. So I printed out a couple of those. Or I mean, I cut up a couple of those mistakes. So we do have some things that we can work with. And then this was a mistake. See, it didn't print all the way across. So I just thought, well, I'll just make that into a pocket, and this could be just a small piece, or it would go in a traveler's notebook. And then I did print these first to see how they would do full size. So I do have a set of those full size that I just printed for myself, because I guess I could always add those to the kit, but they should be up on the Makers Market. So if you go to district.net/Makers Market, you will find them there. They're also on Ko-fi. And that's where you can find that set. So we'll set that one aside. Which ones do I want to show you next? I'll show you. Yeah, so keep the ideas coming. I'm very excited to hear what your ideas are. Now, this one I was a little more disappointed with because these 2 up here look a little blurry. I'm assuming because the buttons were actually on the page. Hi, Hope. And I actually didn't scan this particular one. I copied it. So, but it is up there on the Makers Market as well. But this is all Sewing Notion. Hang on, I need to check something really quick like a bunny. Oh, shoot, did I not send her the link? I have somebody joining me today, and I was like, I wonder why she's not there yet. And then I just checked, and she said, did you send me the link? Well, I did, but I didn't hit send, so shame on me. So these are all antique advertisements specifically for sewing. So I got those, and these are actually dies, yellow dye. And I kind of am kicking myself because when I got these, the dye was still in them, along with some other ones that I kept too, and I threw all the dye out. I should have kept them. Oh, a scrappy pad. Cut up the 3x4 ones and make them. That's a good idea. I need to make more scrappy pads because I don't have a lot of those. And here's the back side of those. And then these, it kind of shifts because these are really old, but these are advertisements for Singer. So they've got the Singer little label there, but on the front were the plates, and each of them is a bird. There's a bluebird, and this is a song sparrow. And then on the back of them was everything that you needed to know. This particular one is the Singer Portable Electrics. This is a Singer flat top table number 306. And then it's got the information about each one of the birds on it. Yeah, the vintage sewing ones are really cute. And I had 4, I think that was all, well, that's all I found in that particular. Here she is. Here we go. Hang on a second. Honey, I forgot to hit enter.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I was
Oh,
like,
awesome. Okay, I'm getting set up now. Let's see.
okay. I was like, that's not like her to not be here. What the heck? What the heck? Oh gosh. I'm gonna make this solo so that they can see the rest of these while you set up, and then we'll put us all on there.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
All right.
And then this is the meadowlark and the brown thrasher. And then the advertisements on the back were from the treadle machine and the Singer motor and Singer light. And Mo and I and Mom were just talking about this. She has a sewing machine. I don't think it was electric. Maybe it is electric. I don't know. But I remember she was looking for one particularly. I mean, this wasn't that many years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And she looked and looked for this exact model that she wanted. And she finally had it. And my mom said, well, they didn't come cheap, that's for sure. But she still has it. And Mo was telling me when I was up there, she's like, well, you could get that out and play with it. And I thought, okay, first of all, you have like a $10,000 sewing machine. She's like, oh, just use that. And I'm like, not touching it. And then she has this antique one that is valuable. I'm like, I'm not using that either. I'll use my old Singer and it'll be fine. I'll wait. But this is Canfield dress shields, new modes in silk gowns. So it must have been like a slip. Is that what that is?
Dress shields? Is that, you think that's what they called them?
Dress shields? It says gowns made of bell wove taffetas are the fashionable dress silks for the season.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the moleskin side and I'm thinking, surely they didn't make them out of moleskin.
Oh my gosh, girl.
See what you get when you invite me.
It's always a good time. And then this one is an antique paper pattern. And I don't know what this is. It says $750. And then it says something Deeker 25 and then item 30864. I don't know what that means. Or if maybe somebody was selling this pattern somewhere and that's what I don't know. But yeah, that's that goodie box. And those are on Ko-fi as well. And then the last one that's on Ko-fi, I'll show you the other one that isn't there yet. But I thought I had to send them to Sienna because the files were so large. And I thought, it's Saturday. I need to give the girl a break. I better not be sending all these. Now, again, not all of these are perfectly straight on the page. That was my fault. But these are antique. I bought these when Dave and I went to the Black Hills. Was that last year, I think?
Yeah.
And I paid a pretty penny for them. But can you blame me? Like, I couldn't leave them.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah. So they came in these little sleeves like this. And I ended up combining them all. But and I figure I was on vacation, so I could splurge a little bit. So that's what those originally came from. And when I put these into scan them and to create them into a digital, I was like, dang, these are pretty.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And I think what these would, now here's one thing that if you get one of my digitals, one thing I always tell folks is, and this is a hang up of mine. It's I don't know why, but when I create my digitals, I do them with the basics. I don't make like a template for an envelope, or I don't make things into tags, because in my mind, and I know this is dumb, in my mind I think, well, I'm stymieing somebody's creativity if I just give them the raw version. Imagine the possibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, well, I could have put these, like made these into an actual seed packet and, did the template. But I thought if somebody's going to get these, they're going to have so much more fun experimenting and creating, whatever they might enjoy. And if you're just joining, I was saying, or you're watching on the replay, I would love to hear your ideas on how to use these. I've used seed packets before. I have some more that are antique that were images I've had for years and years, but they were all like public domain images. So
Mhm.
these are the first ones I have like in my pity paws that are real antique seed packets. So
Angela, how many digitals are you getting right there? That's a ton.
yeah, well, I guess I didn't even count them. Let's see.
Well,
How
how
many
many
pages are
pages? Just count the pages.
there? So there's 8 on a page
Yeah.
on these. So there's three, 8. So there's 24, 30, 39,
Cool.
45. Well, that's if I'm doing the correct math.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah. Now the other thing that's kind of cool about these is I don't know if you can see that, but they're in French.
Oh, I didn't see.
I
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I probably should have put that on the I probably should have put this on the description. I didn't even think about that. But I will. I can go back and
Oh,
check.
that's an added bonus.
Yeah,
That
isn't it cool?
is awesome.
So there's another one of my justifications why I splurged and bought them. So
Yeah.
please go to Kofi or to the Makers Market and pick these up. I would appreciate it. The last one is another iteration of more milk pogs. That's what I call them, milk tops, whatever you want to call them.
I
But
need some of those. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. And so I'll show you what I did with these. Now um, there's already one digital
Hmm.
that is out on the Makers Market right now. But these were the ones that were in that train case, and a few of them are duplicates, I think. But I was like, see, this is a prime example of I need to get these out, make the copies of them so that I can use them and put them with all my milk box. So this will be the second iteration of those, and I'll probably do those tomorrow. Give Sierra or Sienna a break, and then I'll show you what I did with the rest of the stuff, all my extras and mistakes. So I did just cut this one sheet out. I think one of them, the paper jammed, or yes, it did, and I just threw that one away. But the rest of them were salvageable. But look how cute these are. And see, I need to reset my printer because I see there's a couple lines in there. But this is another example of why it's worth it. Now keep it away from your family who's printing, their college papers on it, but to buy the HP or any of the presentation papers, the higher
Hmm.
quality paper, because this is what you get. So we have those we can play with. And then these were mistakes too. So this was the first one, and I didn't fit them all on the page, so I had to rearrange them. And then this one, what happened with? Oh, this one was one of those that was hung over, but I thought hung over. It bent over. So I figure I'll just use these as a page and a signature and stick them with the rest of my signatures and cover that up when I'm ready. And then I don't know if I shared this with you guys or not. And tell me if you have other ideas because I would be interested to know this. But one thing I recognized is when if there were things I wanted to print. Okay, I'm going to go back to no, I'm not yet. If there were things that I wanted to print that I thought I would use, like we may use these tomorrow. I'll tell you about tomorrow in a minute. To make some dangles, that I would always print them on cardstock. And I did that for the longest time. And then I was like, why am I doing that? Because truthfully, most of the time I can stick whatever it is right on that page. It takes up less height, if you will, even though it's not taking up a ton of space.
Hmm.
But if I want to then make it into something thicker, then I can glue it onto a piece of cardstock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I started doing, but maybe some of you guys have another idea. But so some of those I put on some cardstock because I think we'll use these tomorrow, and then the rest are just regular ones. So we have those to play with too. All right, let's
Well,
get you some.
Sandy had earlier. She said when you were showing the seed packets that just that cover would make a perfect journal cover. You know,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
just
it
the
would if
whole
you think
page.
about, yeah, just a whole page of them, just as a journal cover itself.
Right, that's a
Isn't that a
great
great
idea.
idea? And then I look at those milk. Is it pogs or pod? What do y'all? How do y'all
I
say
call them pogs with a G.
pogs? Okay. I think of I don't even know if I have them up here. Oh, like for your tags and stuff, just putting them like a little collage, like right here. You know?
Yes. Yeah, and maybe a little fabric behind them, or
Yeah, just something that's,
yes,
and also those altered paper clips.
yes, and that would be really easy to do, with a little of that cardstock on them. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that.
So, girly girl, what are you working on today?
I am doing now, Angela. You're gonna have to say this word for me because you know it, and I'm gonna butcher it. But there's a concertina fold. Is
Yeah,
that okay? Concertina fold. I am working on my
I want to
Disney
make you big.
Princess journals. Wait, say it again. What?
I'm making you big on your
Oh,
princess journal.
yeah, I'm working on my princess journals, and this is the Cinderella one. So I'm going to try to attempt to do the concertina fold on this particular journal.
Okay.
We'll see how it's working out so far. You know, I mean, so far so good. I've done this because my thought is on this one, I'd like to actually stitch
Uh-huh.
along here. Not that I need to because I've already glued them, but just as a decorative element
Right.
on the inside. I think I want to put a stitch there because these journals, I told everybody that I want to stretch outside what I typically do because I already find myself being real formulaic in the way
Mm-hmm.
I'm producing journals. You know what I'm talking
And
about?
yeah, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, there's nothing.
Right, right. But I want to do, I want to not, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be an experience for me, something
Right.
different. So,
So what you're doing is you're taking each one of your pages
mm-hmm.
and you're gluing.
Well, I'm folding first,
Oh,
right?
so see, now you're doing what I did in my
So
cinch journals, and man, that's the part that takes the longest.
this is going to take some time. That's why I'm only committing right now. I'm just committing to doing the Cinderella. I'm not, because I've got Cinderella, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty, but Cinderella's getting this right now. So you take it. What I did was I actually cut off a 1/2 inch on this side because I
Mm-hmm.
want to keep the integrity of as much of the page as I can. That's
Right.
that's what I'm trying to do. So 1/2 inch on this side. Then I took, and what do you think that is? About a 1/2 inch.
Probably,
I
yeah.
folded the inside
Mm-hmm.
this way, and then you take it, open it up. You've got your seam right here. I'm gonna glue this down just a little bit, just to, it doesn't have to be a lot.
Right.
Glue that down, and then you come on this side where your other
Other
flap
one.
is, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just glue this down. And there, what happens is what it creates is another valley in here.
Right.
So you can just put them all together, just like you typically would any other book page. And there you have a shortened page, but you still have the integrity of the words, of
Of
the
the words, right.
story.
So what that does for you then is you don't have to trim up your pages as you start adding a signature. You're
You
getting
shouldn't have. Now,
shorter pages.
I think what's going to wind up happening, I may have to trim a little bit on this side, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you shouldn't have to. If I,
Well,
if
God bless you. That's a lot.
yeah,
That's a
this is
lot.
this one's good. That's why it's going to take me some time. But like I said, I just wanted it. I wanted it to be a learning experience for me,
Hmm.
to be able to kind of get outside of what I'm typically
Yeah,
doing.
right. Well, I do not think that I've ever done a concertina journal.
Oh, you haven't?
I don't think so. I'm going to stop my camera so that we can just be, there we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to my knowledge. Um, and I don't remember even what my title of my video said. So, what I'm going to do is start cutting up some of these masterboards that I created, because you said that that's what you wanted me to do. But
Yes. Look at the
so I'll
beauty.
go through these again just in
Yeah, I
case
want
you.
to see.
Oh, here, I guess
Make yourself big so we can see, Ange.
I will do that. Okay. So these are some that I did, I think, previously, and I think I showed those. Like, these are already, I cut these apart because I think on a larger page, it would be cool to put them on a page somehow like this, or one here, and then maybe this is a pocket, maybe this is an up tuck. But I really like the look of them just like they are. And maybe when I put it in the journal that I want it in, then maybe I'll embellish something here. But this one is just too, sometimes you don't want to mess with perfection, man. Like, I couldn't have planned that if I wanted to, right? But,
Right.
it's pretty. So some of these other ones, like these mushy ones, they probably deserve to be like little pockets.
Oh wow!
So
Look,
we're
that
just
was.
going to start
So,
cutting them up. And then I told you, don't forget, if you watch the video, don't forget to keep your protective sheet. And this is just freezer paper, which I love the sound of it. So I think we might do something with this too, if we have
that's
time.
really kind of fabulous.
Well, I know, you see, and like I said, that's like when you're, I didn't do a lot of smushing, like turned it over and smushed up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do, it makes it even better, you know.
Hmm.
Now I know that these, for right now, I think I'm just going to leave these without a backing to them. But
Mm-hmm.
when I did my video, it was the largest production of a video I have ever, and I've done this before, so I knew it was going to be, but I had to plan, and so I pre-made like each step I would go the next step, so that you guys didn't have to be put through that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have writing on the back of a lot of these pieces of wallpaper. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I think this one is, I don't think I did it. I didn't do this on camera, but I
Mm-hmm.
did show that this is actually lace right here.
Oh wow!
And it looks just so cool when you use that process. And
That
if you
is.
have, yeah, if you have never tried that layering technique, I am telling you, it's addicting. Um, how about we just cut these up and then we decide what we do with them? That
Okay.
sounds like a stellar idea.
Yep.
And then this one, this one is the one that had the I used the stencil. Where was the Tim Holtz paper?
He had a surprise live today, y'all.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit of that, but
And
I
he
didn't.
launched. I guess he launched a new paper line.
New
I
paper,
late, so I didn't.
new paper, and I think they relaunched some of the old ones as
Is
well.
he with a different company, or because he was talking about something? It sounded like another company. I don't know. I just got in late.
I didn't. You know what? I saw a little bit of it. He was flipping through a couple of things, and I had stuff I needed to do, so I didn't get to watch it. I'm just trimming this off. And this is the other thing. I just like to do this because otherwise I will possibly overthink it. Mm-hmm. And so what we do need to decide is what we want to do with these. I think these would just make nice tags, big tags.
Yeah.
And normally what I would probably do is back them first. Ooh, that's going over that modeling paste a little. My blade. I'm probably going to need a new blade. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And how about we do this one in 3 small?
I haven't broken out my modeling paste in so long. I need to do that. And I got some embossing powder. I meant to ask you about that too, Angela.
Yeah.
I've never did it, but I found it on clearance,
Yeah,
like a long time ago. It's in my stash, and I've never used it. It's this
girl.
stuff. We'll have to
Embossing
play.
powder.
Yeah, we'll have to play with that one day, huh?
Oh, for sure. Let's do it something together.
Yeah.
I used a little bit of that on
Mm-hmm.
my on the video, but it's one of those things again. I'm kind of like you. uh, If I'm going to get stuff out, I want to just get it all out and get messy one time,
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's why this one's so much fun, and you can really mass make to do these.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hey, let me see that punch again. Look at that. What?
yeah, I was like, should I get this? That's dumb. I can make my own, make my own tags, but I ended up getting it. I think it's a Temu thing, and I probably needed to spend just a little bit more money, and I probably got some stupid bonus that was not really worth it.
The front door. I'm getting it.
Yeah, but it's nice. It really is nice to have.
Yeah, I bet. That is, yeah. Mm-hmm. I gotta get one of those.
But this is the large. I'll just show you. So this is the largest that it punches. So
Okay.
on this great big one, I would rather have something
like a bigger,
more like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what? One of the things that I said is this is a good time for Q&As too. If you got questions or if there's things that you want us to work on or talk about, ask away.
I want to remind everybody, if you guys haven't seen Susan's weekly video at I Totally Love It, she does a weekly junk journal news video, and it has everything that's going on that coming week or the month or what. I mean, it's oh my gosh.
I know. I need to send her some stuff. When you sent that to me, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
I mean, it went on for, I bet, a half an hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Anybody that sends something to Susan to announce that they're doing a collab, they're doing a challenge, whatever, she puts it together in a weekly snapshot for you, and it's fabulous. I told her, I said,
it is.
I hope her channel grows to 10,000 subscribers, because that's a lot of work she's doing. It really
sure is. It sure is. Hey, okay, here's a question for you guys on this. I was thinking this might need some splatter. What do you guys think?
What would you splatter with it? What would you do?
Well, I just so happen to have some black paint and some white. It's just this.
Okay.
And some water.
Well, let's try it.
And then I can just set it aside and let it go to town, I suppose. Now, here's what I didn't think about is I need something to put it on.
Oh.
That might help. Well, you know what? I can put it on my handy dandy. I can put it on this because this is what I glue on. Thanks to my friend Carrie. But did I tell you that
probably some more of those?
Well, I finally found them.
You did? Okay.
But not at my, I still can't find them at the one that's closest to me. But I happen to be on the other side of town. And all I'm doing is I'm putting this in water in my handy antique ball jar. And I'm just getting it more liquidy. And then I'm just taking my pen. This would be my finger. And I'm just going to, and I'm starting with the black or with the white because, and truthfully, you probably want to do this not quite all over. I'm getting it all over my hands, but, and I'll probably have it all over up here too, but that's okay.
Are you doing white? You said you're doing white?
I'm doing white, and then we'll decide if we want to do black as well.
Okay. And let me mention to everybody too, I want to remind everybody, Candace at Candy Cane Creates just posted this. She was subscribed to someone. That someone was me. And she had to go back in and resubscribe to my channel because she was not subscribed again. And that happens periodically.
It does. It does.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's happened to me many times.
Yeah, a
And
friendly
I'll all of a sudden be thinking about somebody, and I'll be like,
mm-hmm.
I hope they're okay. I haven't seen their videos for a long time. And then I'll go search it, and sure enough, they've been doing videos this whole time, and I just haven't seen them.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I've had to resubscribe to many of my friends because of that.
Hi, Angel. And on another topic, while we're sending some updates,
mm-hmm.
Tomorrow,
mm-hmm.
Carrie is going to be doing some junk journal jewelry at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. I am. Junk journal jewelry. It's going to be fun.
And then I decided I was going to go live again tomorrow on both here and on the Makers Market. So if you think you want to go shopping with me, because I think I might do a little bit of a buyer's choice, kind of like what we did at our last sale, where
cool,
where you tell me what you want me to sell, and I'll just bring it to the stage. Bring it to the stage. So if you want to participate, this looks gross. You're going to want to go to district. Let's see if I can get the banner. It's district.net/makersmarket. That is, hang on, I'm just getting it up here. Sometimes I cannot talk and do two. There it is. It's right there. District.net/makersmarket. And I'll leave it up there for a second or so while I get this gunk off of my, and that I am the founder and owner of that, but it is a place for all creatives, no matter what kind of art you do, whether you are somebody who does sublimation on t-shirts, or if you're somebody who does woodworking, junk journaling, you sell your craft, you've got an abundance of supplies and you want to sell those, you can do that. Anything handmade or anything used in the world of art. And it's also a really cool place for us to have a really awesome community. I'm not sure I'm loving that black, but it's on there now, girls. So there it is.
Angel, that tab punch came from Temu that Angela used.
It did. And it's been, for the love of Pete, it's been quite a while since I bought it, but I'm sure it's still there because there's about 3 or 4 punches. Like I bought, let me take that district.net thing off there again. There we go. I bought this one. This one does, it does this.
Oh, I need one of those too.
Yeah, so it does these little pretties.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does, it's a corner rounder.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a corner rounder. The opposite of a corner rounder. So it does the same thing, like makes a ticket.
Okay.
Which, just so you know, you can do that with, right, guys? You can do that with your regular hole punch. You just take it like this, and you put it right here at the end, and it does the same thing. So you don't have to have this. And then the last thing it does, what's the last thing it does? Which one did I do there? Okay, and then it does this. Can you see that? So I bought that on there, and I bought at different times. And then this one, I think this is the one that's the corner rounder I've had forever. And this is it's back when it was We Are Memory Maker. So that one I've had for a very long time. All right, let me clean this mess up. Because I don't like to get dirty. And hey, I tell you what, I'm going to post this on, Demi gave me permission because she's like, I'm not putting that on my social media, but she's been getting into, I've been doing my own nails for a while, right? Mm-hmm. And she all of a sudden got really into it. And she's pretty artsy crafty anyway. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that girl, with my permission, we got a cart now. We got the whole, I mean, just welcome to Demi's Nails. I'm telling you.
Ah!
So she's got all of these new colors, and she wanted to do my nails again. So she just did them a couple days ago, and we cut all my real nails down, and she redid them. So I'm like, well, I don't want to ruin them already. So there you have it. But I'm gonna put that video of her setting up her cart on
Oh,
TikTok.
that's fun. I
It
want to
was
see
so,
that.
yeah,
That's
it's
so
really cute.
cute. I love it.
All right, I cleaned up that mess. Now we're gonna set that aside to dry. So how long? Well, I guess this is your first one that you're doing that concertina on. So how long does it take you to? Has it taken you to put that book together?
So this concertina, I just did it. Like they're done.
Oh, nice. Well, that wasn't too bad then.
No, it's not too bad. It's just now to go back in and do the sewing to it, and it's really doesn't take long. But I'll tell you, it's getting comfortable with the process, though. You know what I'm like? It's anything new, I guess, that you do.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, but it's we'll see how it turns out. We'll see.
Yeah.
What else was I going to tell you? There was something else I was going to tell you that I wanted to. Oh, Hazel and Naka. Let's mention Hazel's Masterboard Madness. Everybody go check
Yes.
those videos out. They've been fabulous so far.
Yes. And that is what this
Mhm.
I'm doing this live because you wanted to see these cut up after we
Yes.
made. So that is exactly right. And I should have probably told Hazel that I was going live today. I forgot, but I did use the hashtag in the description, so hopefully it will pop up. Now this one, if you didn't watch me doing this one, I used the stencil in 3 different ways. So this is with if you can see that flower, that's with the modeling paste. And the cheapest way to do this is just to get spackle.
Yeah. Okay.
It works fine. And then in the middle or on the bottom here, I actually used I pounced it on with a sponge. So that's like pretty refined. And then this one, I just laid it down and I used sprays on it. And then it kind of bled over into some of this modeling paste. So
that's really cool, though. The colors are so vibrant. That's really cool.
Oh, the tab punch. Oh, I think she might be talking about this one. Maybe?
Yeah, it's the one for the tags, right?
Yes, this is called a Euro punch. And it is by We Are Memory Keepers. Now I think it's called We Are Makers.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I think I probably bought this on Amazon. But you could get it at not Joann's, but you can get it at Hobby Lobby probably. Well, I hate to say that anymore because every time I've been into which isn't very often, but every time that I go into those places, they have less and less stuff that I use. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do.
And I'm like, it's called Hobby Lobby.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. I guess because since they bought out Bed Bath and Beyond's merchandise, inventory, they've dedicated so many aisles, and they've had to rework their floor plan or whatever. But I'm like you, it is, I don't know. But hey, Carla Frizzell's in the house.
Carla, right before this, I was watching your video. I only got through a few of the books. So after this, I'm going to go back and watch your swap video.
Some of those books, man, I was drooling.
I know, they were awesome.
I was drooling.
Sorry.
But my live tomorrow is going to be, speaking of Hobby Lobby, it's going to be with the beads that I got at the recent Hobby Lobby clearance event.
Got it.
That is, we're gonna make some stuff with that, and hopefully make a few things for these 3 journals that I'm working on. I think
awesome.
We'll do that.
And my video, yours starts at 1. Mine will be at 2:30, and we're gonna physically use this well, you can't even see it all, but this is my scrap bag, and we're physically going to use up all these scraps because I'm going to talk about Give a Scrap, which will be coming up in April.
It is.
So I know, and I haven't even sent out a
Oh.
call for creators yet. I'm behind the 8 ball. So if you are someone who, well, you don't have to have a channel, but I will do again another event with folks that have channels, and then we'll have some stuff on the Makers Market where we'll do some collabs and swaps and such for the Give a Scrap, where you just make something with your scraps, and in honor of Earth Day and my birthday month and all, all the things in April. So I decided it would be a good time to start talking about that, and I have some videos where I got to pick a different one because I'm like, I don't want to cut that one up yet. It's too cute. And what was I saying?
Oh, to craft it for.
Oh, I've done some videos where I've shown what I do with my scraps, like when I periodically get, sort them out and clean them all up and put them into order. And I have some kind of organization / use up those scraps videos. But this one I thought, well, why not just get on here and just do it as I go? Because you guys don't get to see that very often. And we might as well do it together. And then maybe I'll learn a few things. I'm all about learning while we're doing.
Susie, I hope you do craft along. It's going to be fun. I want to, last year I did my video on, I don't even remember the content, but I got all kind of stats because y'all know I'm just a geek wannabe anyway. But it was amazing though. I've always worked in an office environment, and you just don't think about how much waste there is that involves paper.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it
So
is.
let's do that again. Nobody steal my idea.
Well, I'm giving you Earth Day again, so
Yeah, it's gonna be fun this year. And then because I think we've got some new Canadian friends, and it's just gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Did Bonnie from Bonnie and Clive? She didn't participate last year, did she?
I sent her the information, and I don't know if maybe I went. What in the world? Look how crooked that thing is. I don't know if it went to her spam or what, but I'm hoping that she will this year. So.
Oh yeah, because if anybody needs to participate, it's Bonnie.
It's Bonnie.
God,
that girl makes me feel inadequate, man.
Me too.
I'm like, dang, she uses every single solitary scrap.
Every scrap.
It's pretty amazing.
Minute little scrap. It's crazy, is right.
I'm gonna do the same thing with this one as that one I showed you guys, where I just kind of rip it and willy-nilly. Yeah. And then we'll count and see how many pieces I get out of this.
Carla said, go to work for the government. Talk about wasting stuff. I don't know, Carla. Let me tell you something. You've never worked in a hospital, because you want to talk about.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my God.
We're gonna use this part as a signature page.
Oh, cool.
I have been putting together. I don't know if you guys did. I do that on. I did that on a live, I think. And you know what? We're gonna take it all the way to here, and we're gonna make a pocket out of. There we go. Out of this part. Where I made when I was at Moe's, and I made all of those fabric covers. Well, they're still sitting over there, but I have 3 of them at least that I've started putting the actual pages, picking out pages. So at least I've made a little bit of a.
Yeah, Carla, we will compare notes one day. I'm telling you, girl.
Okay, so now this little angel, I think she needs to have her own show. This is the one that I did where I fast forwarded it. But yeah. I think I may tear her around her and put her
she's
something.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and that's antique wallpaper. Isn't that weird? That's stunning though. And it looks
It
so
is
cool.
beautiful. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And it has the gold on it, which goes with the gold leaf. So we'll keep her intact. And then we'll just do this one.
So y'all tell us what y'all been doing in your crafting little corner in the chat. Let us know what y'all are working on. I'd be interested because I'm nosy like that. And that's where I get all my ideas from, y'all.
I haven't been. Let's see.
But you've been traveling though, Ange.
Oh yeah, you guys, you got it. I mean, stick with me here. I promise you. I'm thinking that by April, like let's say the April 15th, because everybody knows what that day is if you live in the U.S. today. That by the 15th of April, I should be able to make a big announcement and start sharing some videos that I've been recording.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And hopefully things will, well, they're not going to get any, they're not going to get any less busy, but, you know, they should get a little bit better. This one, I feel like I had, okay, let's count how many pieces we got. I didn't cut these two up because I think this one with those embroidery pieces that I showed you earlier, I think we might be able to do something with those, and maybe we'll use those tomorrow on some of our scraps if we are so inclined.
Oh, that would be pretty. That is pretty. That green and yellow is beautiful.
I really like that one. And I ended up, because I had spent most of the day getting ready for that video and then did the video. So I did not go back and add all the layers to all the other pages. So they are what they are. Like I just stopped it with, you know, how I can always add things to them later, but
Hope is working on or actually Hope made a journal for her daughter. Debbie's working on a cooking journal, and Regina is doing a sewing journal. Regina, are you doing it from a pattern or a book? I just saw Carla's video. She shared some patterns. You got to go back and watch that. And if you didn't get to that part.
I didn't see that. Yeah. 11. Okay. Out of, let's see, 12. 16. 17.
I'm just looking back through the comments. Carla, I am working on my Disney Princess journals. Terry's making ephemera, labels, and random stamping. I need to do a stamping session. That was one thing. I don't do a whole lot of that, but I have some new stamps that I got, and I thought, you know what? I may do a video on that.
You should.
Yeah, I think I will.
So that was 35 pieces that I got out of.
Oh my word!
Those pages, yeah.
That's awesome.
And I cut a lot of mine pretty big, so. Why am I fussy cutting this? I have no idea. I hate fussy cutting. I did fussy cut these other ones just a little bit. I feel like a lot of what I did on that video was sort of kind of shabby chic-ish. So I didn't, and I guess that Anna Griffin stuff that I had bought, that I had got at that auction will work well with it. But I didn't have a lot of other stuff out because all my sewing stuff, I have so much of it. It's in a tote in my storage room. So that means I'd have to go get it out. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of totes, I just found some totes, and I think that this is the size that I'm going to go with. It's a 20 quart. So they're not the huge ones, but they're just big enough that I can put, like, for example, like all Christmas in. You know, those holiday you just pull out. 20 quarts seems to be big enough for me to just throw. This is my Christmas. This is my spring. This is my, Valentine's, whatever. I think 20 quarts is going to work. So
well, here's what I'm going to suggest to you.
Yes, please
do that and stick to it.
Yeah, don't make
because
them. Hmm.
no, because I have two huge, and I downsized last year and I sold a ton of my stuff, and I have two huge totes full. So, and I will never in a million years use all that. But
Hmm.
now I'm like, oh, but I love it. And
Yeah.
so keep it in a size that's manageable, and use it up, and then go get more,
And then
because
go get more. I think that's a great idea, because I'll tell you, I think I did, and I've said this before on videos. I did what everybody else did when they first get into junk journaling. I
so
bought everything that I didn't need because I just knew it would never come back around.
yeah.
And you
And
don't need.
here's the thing: if you use it that much, I mean, and if it's truly ephemera, where it's
Mm,
one of a kind and you're never going to get it,
yeah,
then get it again. Then make your copies of it if it's for you. You can
right,
use whatever you want if you're not selling it,
right.
and if you are and you really love it, then that's something that you can say, yeah, I'm going to invest in tons of it. But
Mm,
oh my gosh, I mean, just name a topic of something, and I did the very same thing. Like,
right.
there wasn't an index card that ever passed my fingertips, or
I know. I've got a drawer full of them.
yeah, or oh, sewing pattern. Well, I'm also addicted to sewing patterns, so I probably will never give up that. But and I like to get them so that I can bring them to live sales, because I don't know,
Yeah.
they bring me joy. I have enough of them that I don't, it would have to be if I were searching for something really specific for a specific journal.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll still buy them. But um, what else? Oh, like the photo paper. I
Mm-hmm.
bought, I had so much of that.
Yeah.
Envelopes. I just sold a ton of my envelopes on a couple of my last live sales. I'm like, envelopes are pretty abundant. I'm fairly certain I can find more. And
Yeah.
and I usually only buy, now I've learned, but I usually only buy the really unique ones now.
Yeah.
Um, but still, once they're gone, you know what? You have them to, examples to look at. If you have a channel, you have your videos to go back to, and you can say, oh, if I ever come across those again, fantastic, I'll use them.
Right.
I'll buy them. But
Right. Yeah, I think you figure out as I this is what happened to me. As I began to work on stuff, and I'm still evolving. Okay, that's you're
sure,
going to continue to evolve, but there are certain things that I know now that I will use and I want to use and I want to work with, and so I gravitate towards those things.
yeah,
If I pick up something that I'm not going to use, it's really mainly because I know I can send it to someone because
hmm,
they're going to love it. I'm
yeah,
looking for, somebody else. And I'm like, I think of that person. And especially if they come to my mind when I see it, I'm like,
yes.
oh, that's fate. I got to get it. I
Well,
mean,
and that's part of my um that's first of all, thrifting for me is definitely the thrill of the hunt. It
hmm
always has been. I mean, and I've
hmm
done it for many, many, many years.
right,
Even when
right.
I was young, I mean, I would go with my mom.
Hmm.
So when you see things that you go, oh my gosh, I know Susie loves that, or uh,
Right.
you know this would be perfect for Carrie, or whatever. you it brings you so much joy to be able to grab those kind of things,
Absolutely.
and bring them home, and
Yeah.
know that you can
Yeah.
now, you know now I don't know what I want to do with this.
Debbie has a 12 by 32-foot building full of stuff, she said, because she did the same thing. Yeah, I think we all do it.
Debbie, thanks for making us feel better.
Yeah. I think we have all done it. Carla said she's done the same thing, but
Yeah,
yeah, and it just, there's worse things in life that we could have spent our money on,
that's
too.
true.
So
That's
just
true.
re-gift it or re-thrift it, and, figure
Right.
out what it is you love.
That's right. And I am a true believer for. I mean, I am an extreme organizer.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it's good or bad, but my daughter has gotten that gene, which I love, because she'll just like me, she'll just get on a kick and she'll just start organizing something.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to let it go, um, and don't have guilt because you bought something and never used it. And that's one of the beauties of the makers market is that anybody can go on there, sell their items, and it feels
Mm.
really good to be able to say, okay, I couldn't use this, but boy, I'm so glad somebody else can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hope, I can tell you, Debbie and Hope they're talking about us fussy cutting. Hope said that we're really good at fussy cutting. And Debbie said that the small scissors help. And I will tell you now, for me, Angela has had those scissors for the last 27 years and she loves them. They fit her hand. They will not work for anyone else but Angela.
well, and I did realize that you guys helped me figure it. I should use the small ones. And when I travel, I do use the small ones
Oh,
because
you do? Okay.
well, because I'm not taking, I mean, these are like 100. I don't know how they were thrifted, but I have never had to I think Dave sharpened them when I got them,
Right.
and I've never sharpened them since.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I can't read this name on them, but can you guys see that?
No, I'm telling you, those are Angela's scissors.
Yeah,
Like Angela's channel picture should be her hand in those scissors.
right. Well, and the other thing that what I
Did
realize
it
is one of
wrinkle?
the reasons I hate fussy cutting,
Hmm.
and I do it with the small scissors too, so there's no help for me. But look at my whole thumb is in my
Yeah.
scissors when
Right.
I never realized that until we did a live once, and I recognized it, and I started watching everybody else. I'm like, I am the only fool that cuts like this.
I can't believe you don't have arthritis in that thumb.
I know, right? Ugh.
But I will tell you, the because I was new to this. Remember, I didn't do this kind of stuff. But these scissors make a world of difference in the way that I fussy cut. They just do. The point, the way, even on, especially like these Tim Holtz scissors, there's like a little perforation that happens because of the way the blade is sheared here. It's really amazing kind of how these help. I would have never
You know,
believed, because I'm the cheapest person in the whole wide world, but I was glad that I invested in these, really and truly.
well, you guys are probably all gonna scream through the YouTube, through the YouTube tube of you. Um, but I had to go to Joanne's up at the lake where Mo lives,
Hmm.
and I was on a mission. I was looking for specific house things
Hmm.
that I needed,
Hmm.
and I swung through the whole place. It was kind of a mess, which also discombobulates me. But
Yeah.
um, they had the Tim Holtz scissors, and they were on sale, and I didn't buy them.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you believe it? I was like, do I really need these? I've got like a whole bin full of scissors. I'm like, no, I do not need. I mean, I had like this whole conversation with myself.
In your head, I
Yeah.
know I do that
Yeah.
too.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, do I really need these? No, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't buy them. I don't know. I
That,
just might have
that
cut that for.
again, we're going back to the original conversation. Get what you know you're going to use. What
Well,
you.
and I also think that I've become so like I kind of have sticker shock when I go to
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I'm like, Jesus, is that really that much?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Now, I'm not
I didn't buy
complaining,
one crafting thing when I was in there.
but I will tell you, if you guys haven't noticed this, start watching the prices. I'm not complaining, and I don't want to jinx it, but start watching the prices of those paper pads at Hobby Lobby, because they have actually come down. Those
Yes, they have.
paper pads are cheaper than they were last year. I'm telling you, they are.
Yeah, that is. I would agree with you on that.
I don't know how
Yeah,
or why, but I'm happy. I'm here for it.
yeah, right. So there's no way these girls, after I cut them out, aren't going on something because
Yeah.
we got to find one of these that they'll look good on. And so far, I don't see any that I want to use these little girls because these are the ones. These are from my I got to cut that out. These are from.
They're
They're all
so.
the Victorian die cuts that came from my that antique scrapbook from England.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Oh,
when I
nice.
was looking, when I pulled them out, I have a note on here that says on Etsy, not Ko-fi. Well, I don't have digitals. I don't have, I mean, I have an Etsy shop, but I don't have anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, maybe there's stuff on it. I don't know. But, and I was like, oh, well, then I need to probably put those on the maker's market or somewhere, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this will work. Will they work on here? They just don't look good anywhere. I'll just put them up in my little, I have this little thing that I stick things.
Hi,
But,
Lane. How
hi,
are
Lane.
you?
All right, so I've only finished one. Oh, I started to say a long time ago, because I think somebody asked me, like, okay, so you do these masterboards, and then what do you do with them? Great question. So I'll decorate them like I'm kind of doing here for some of them, but for others, I have a ready to make, you know, things that are, they're the substrates, they're the bases, and then I
Mhm.
just like whether they're envelopes or, you know, one of the templates that I used or anything that I make for my videos that haven't been decorated, and then I just pop them in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm ready, I get them out. Or if it gets too full, then I have to do a mass making session and really make some headway on them, because it can't, I mean, if you just kept doing that, that's it's a lot of ephemera if you don't finish it.
I think we have our Aussie friend is with us, the Messy Palette.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
The over collection conversation.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And you know, I'm probably the worst, because I mean, I justify it because I'm like, well, I have live sales everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of live sales, so is there going to be one this Tuesday?
Yes, there will be one this
Okay.
Tuesday.
All right.
I have not invoiced from last week, and I thought, you know, I keep giving myself grace, because I'm like usually right on it, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, and I can bundle it all together. We can save on shipping,
Mm-hmm.
and we have our sale on Tuesday. I will invoice, but
Mm-hmm.
I've just been a slacker, and I was supposed to be on vacation, and I'm not, so I'm pouting about it.
And guys, I'm going to do a live sale soon. I haven't confirmed a date with Angela yet because I'm still putting some stuff together, but I am going to dip my toe in the
Yeah,
water
yeah.
sales. You know what? I said this on a video the other day. So this is one of the reasons that I have hesitated so long about selling, is because I always wanted this to remain fun. And sometimes, now Angela, you'll have to tell me how you've managed this.
Okay.
Sometimes when you get into the side of selling
Mm-hmm.
your craft, it can kind of take over and not make it fun. And so
Yeah.
that's why, I know that there's got to be this fine line, because I don't want it not to be fun. I really don't. I
Well,
don't want
here,
the headache and all that.
right. Well, here's what I always say about art and about this, and that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna. You got to give yourself grace, because it should always be fun, right? And
Yeah.
when it stops being fun, or you feel overwhelmed, then that's when you just need to take a break,
Yeah.
or do something, right?
Right.
And we're not saving lives here.
Right.
So, you know, there are things I will tell you that I don't love to do. Like I don't mind doing the invoicing, but it's a matter of uh yeah, you know, you have to go through everything. When you do it when you're on the maker's market, everything's done for you, and all you have to do is package it up, make it pretty, and send it off, right?
Yeah.
So I do a lot of checking and double checking, and that's the part that sometimes I'm like, I don't like to do it, because I probably check and overcheck more than I probably need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there isn't anything that I hate doing. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I just am not liking that. I don't think she looks good on there by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out, friends.
I don't know. I like her.
I have a
You
little
do?
bit of lag. Yeah, I have a little bit of a lag, but I like her.
What would you put? What would you add?
I don't know. I tried to put on down like behind like a whole bunch of different paper, and none of it looks good. This is for my. I'm just making myself more scraps out of my bundle of scraps, so that's not working.
Yeah, Carla said you just have to make journals at your own pace. And I agree with that. I mean, I think that,
Yeah.
well, and just in the creative process itself, what I've learned anyway, because y'all know, what do I know? But I just think in the creative process, it's going to take as long as it's going to take, period. Because I've had journals that I've made where, they came together in a couple of days. And then I've had some that I'm looking at right here sitting on the side that have been there for months.
Yeah. I
It's
did used to feel guilty about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I am a start to finish person. Like I
Oh,
want to start
too.
something and I want to finish it.
Yeah.
And so I did struggle with that for a while, but the fairy journal was the first one that I'm like, no, you are going to do shoddy work on it if you don't put it away and just stop, because you're not enjoying this and you're not getting your creative juices flowing. So just step away.
Right.
And it was the first time I gave myself permission to do that. And I am not going to lie. I did think about the fact that it was, sitting there waiting for me, but it sat there for well over a year. And finally I was like, well, it's, either going to get done or it's not. And when I got back into it, it was the right time.
Oh, Angela, you know what the group is saying? Did you ink her? I wonder, would inking help?
I did ink her.
You did ink her? Okay.
And then I was like, well, they're probably telling me to slap it down there. So I slapped her down there. So
Yeah.
she's slapped.
She slapped it.
She's slapped.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, yeah, I think that, and listen, I wanted to tell you this too. So about when you have a lot of supplies, right? Because this just happened to me. And I hesitate to say this because I know what Angela's going to want to do, but I don't want her to do it. Angela's last, we'll call it a happy mail because it was so happy. She sent me some vintage Christmas gift wrap. Okay. So I've got this. This is not it, but this is some other gift wrap. When I pulled this out for these journals, I said, oh, wait. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go pull that vintage gift wrap that Angela sent me because I want to make some tags and, prep it, whatever. While I'm doing this, I'll do it all. I cannot find it.
Oh, my gosh.
Does that happen to y'all? Does
Yeah.
that happen to y'all? I want to know.
Yes. And I mean, while they're commenting, I'll tell you a very recent experience. So when we did that last little crafty thing and I took craft and chat and I took that the fabric and I made the tabs and I put did I put the acetate in it on there? Well, anyway, I ended up doing a video on it and it was so fun. And it was only like a week later and I was doing another video and I wanted to actually use them.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't find them. I just found them yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just kicking myself because I'm like, this is ridiculous, Angela. It was just the other day. I couldn't find them.
See, Carla said her too. It happens to her. Sandy, it happens to her. I feel so bad. I know it's here. There's only so many places it could be, people. This shed is not, it's not the Taj Mahal. There's only so many places it could be. And I feel so bad about that because I think, okay, are you at the point where you have too much stuff? Now, this is ridiculous, So going back to that whole, but I'll find it. I will find, it's just.
Well, if you don't.
I know where to find, I know where to get more.
Right. I still think I have some. Well, and the other thing is that my big problem, and I know this is my problem, is Ooh, that looks pretty on that. I put it somewhere safe and, where it's going to be perfect, the perfect place for me to have it. And then I forget where that perfect place is. So
Sandy's exact quote is, "That's the old safe place. I won't forget it."
There you go.
That's her exact quote. I
You know-
know, I know. It just I'm telling you, I'll find it tomorrow. Now that I've confessed it out loud, that's what I'm hoping for anyway.
That's right. You'll manifest it to fruition. Yeah, but I mean, that's why I think. Oh, now I always ask myself when I put something away, whether it's new or otherwise, I'm like, where will I go to look for this? Because I am not like, I know something I've watched, and maybe some of you out there are like this, but where they put it by like, well, I don't have tons and tons of stuff that's by a certain maker, but you see some of these people, especially I think maybe like card makers who have all their like the collections, or they're on a design team.
Yeah.
And so they put it like by Anna Griffin or by Echo
Right.
Park. I would be a hot mess looking for something if I did it. Like, I'm better off either doing things by color or by theme.
Well, just junk journaling in and of itself, it's harder to do it by that, like they do. It's different. Now, listen, I want to address the messy palette here. She said, "That is why I'm running a weekly live, use it, make it, or lose, with a guest, showing people how to use their stash in a different way." So, Messy, listen, if you didn't hear earlier, go to I Totally Love It. She's doing a weekly video on different collabs and things. If you'll send her the information, that'll get the word out that you're doing this, and you'll get more people to come watch it. But I'll definitely go check that out. Do you have a playlist?
Hey, listen, I'll totally be at, like, we're just gonna throw all my etiquette training out the window. I will totally come and get up in the middle of the night and come to your channel and be your guest if I get to learn how to throw more stuff away. So
yeah. Well, and listen, for me, it wouldn't be getting up. I mean, I'll probably already be up. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Carrie and I are on the same schedule. Like,
absolutely.
If we need to, we could be calling each other at 2:30 in the morning.
Yes,
that's always a good time.
That is the truth.
If anybody else is up at that time, let us know. We'll have a group chat.
We'll do a craft and chat at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. I mean,
right? Why not?
Angel says, she says, "I'm convinced Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome is real because I've misplaced so many things."
You're probably, yeah.
I feel like I'm with my people now, because I'm telling you that it bothers me. It really does. I don't like that.
Yeah. I think I'm overworking on these for a while because, well, you know what? Okay, hold on. There's one more thing I could probably use.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got this stuff. So these are all this Anna Griffin stuff that I got that needs a home. And I have not decided where I'm going to put it all. I do have some empty bins. But those empty bins are so far up on my shelves that I'm like, if I put them up there, I'll never use them.
Yeah. Angela, did you do your craft room tour yet? I'm behind on your channel, but
no, I have not. I have not done it. It was all ready to go, and it was looking really good. I had a couple things I wanted to finish up that haven't happened yet, and then it got messy again. And I mean, not that it's good. I did do a little video on when it was messy to kind of edit into it so that people could see, like, really how when I'm setting up for my week, when I'm doing videos and stuff, how it looks. Cause I'm like, come on, let's get real. Right. But no, I have not. I need to do it. And I love doing those.
I know. I wait on it every year because you usually do it at the beginning of the year. Regina said she lost a brand new pair of scissors she got at Hobby Lobby. And Sandy said she's still looking for an entire journal she finished. Sandy,
that one would be hard hard to swallow there.
Yeah.
I can't find an entire journal.
Susie said, I can find stuff in my piles, but when I put it away, I forget, which kind of defeats the purpose. It's Susie. It's so true.
Yeah, I think that's great. I envy folks that really can work in piles, because that just amazes me. But my stuff is always organized, but I do make more work for myself because I have to go and get it. But I'm okay with that because I'm also the person that can't start a project unless everything is in its place, So
I'll tell you, this is a funny about pile people. Let me tell you this. I've worked directly with 3 CFOs, 2 female, 1 male, and they were all pile people.
Really?
Every one of them. Yep. Every one of them.
Wow.
Taking care of our organization's money off piles everywhere. Piles everywhere. I'm walking into this office, I'd be like, oh my God. Now, not that now, listen, if you guys saw this shed right now, oh my God, it's a mess. But yeah, no, they were all pile people. I always thought that was so funny.
Something needs to go in there eventually when I use it, but
Denise Gardner said it took her 2 hours to find a sticker that was stuck to her forearm. Denise, you are my people.
That's like the glasses. I can't find my glasses and they're on my head.
Bye, Carla. Have a good evening.
Bye, Carla.
Now, that's Anna Griffin products there, Ange, that you're working with?
Yeah, these are all Anna Griffin.
Those are beautiful.
They are so incredibly expensive. I mean,
is Anna Griffin expensive? Where do you do? Is it just online? Is that where you get Anna? Because I hear y'all talk about it.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I don't know if she still does, but I think QVC, she sells on QVC. Somebody might know better than me, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, guys, I need y'all's opinion. This is some vintage wrapping. Yeah, this is some vintage wrapping paper. So, and I want to make a tag. Is Cinderella lost on here? Or do I need to back her with something to make her stand out? Or can I just leave her like that? What do you think?
I think maybe, you could just put her, like that looks good, but maybe just put her on there and then just kiss cut around her. And so she's not.
Well, she's cut out. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you're like me, you're like, I'm not cutting her out again.
No, but I mean, what do you mean cut up more?
So put her on that piece of paper that you had.
Oh, and kiss this.
To the left, that piece of paper that you have.
Oh, yes.
By your pinky.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody else might have a better idea, but maybe glue her to that.
Okay.
And then kiss cut around her so she has a border.
Oh, look how smart. See, this is why I love to do these.
Sandy's like, she means put her on the brown paper. Yeah, see, thank you for explaining what I can, Sandy.
No, it just takes me.
Spoken from the girl who has to put up with me every week. Spit it out, Ange. Spit it out.
I'm gonna love this idea. This is gonna be fabulous.
So, okay, I really like this. Let me make it big for a second. This gal that I got all this stuff from, she had already made like I got a bag of bows that she already made. I don't have to make them.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's a good thing to use these on. And the other thing that is in here, see it.
Oh gosh, look at that.
I know. I got a bunch of her dies, which I'm like, well, we'll try them, but they might be going to a live sale because But look at this thing.
What is that?
It's a fan.
What?
Yeah, but I in my head, I see all those little things. See, some of them are from when she must have cut it out. They're still in there. I'm like, oh, that looks like hell
A
to me.
lot of work. Hey,
Yeah.
Lori.
Lori, I'm so glad you're here. Did you have to work today? Oh, here's a bird. That's a cute bird. We'll put a bird on there.
Yeah, those intricate dies like that, Angela, they just, I mean, I think they're beautiful and I love to watch other people do them, but.
Right.
Mm,
Do you guys, for those of you who were at our last live sale, remember I said we were without a coffee table because that thing weighs like 200 pounds. Well, they just closed. I can't believe you didn't hear it, but they just closed my craft room door, and it got real loud in there for a minute. And I think they might have brought it down.
Stop it. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I know.
I have opened
Oh, well, connect with me for sure. I would love that. And it's just Restoration Harmony, the number 1 at gmail.com. Or if you're on the Makers Market, you can just message me, which I get an immediate, nothing goes to spam there. It comes to me and I actually get it. Oh, I see. I think that little bird looks cute.
Could you put a link to the collaboration page?
Oh, yeah, you bet, hon. I'll put it right up on the screen here for you.
I think that's a fabulous idea, Angela. I think this is going to be the ticket.
And I'll also see if I can. Let me go grab the link really quick, and I'll put it in there. I don't know if you'll be able to actually click on it. But maybe.
Yeah, that is really cute, Ange.
Is it working for you?
Yeah, I see it.
No, I mean your
Oh, my fussy cutting?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's lovely.
It doesn't need a lot. It just needed a little.
Just something to give it the definition that it was missing.
Yeah.
This is perfect, I think. Let's see. Now let's take a look at it. I probably cut too close to her hairline here, but I think we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it.
Why not? There we go. Now maybe. Oh, Angel, actually, that's one of the big reasons that I went that route, because I was on other platforms, which I have mentioned before. And I do still have some things on eBay, because I have 2 shops. I have Makers Market, and then I have one that's more like home decor. Well, anything for the home. They, pick a room. If it's the closet, I have Hazel and I have some purses in there and some, clothes and stuff like that. But the nice part about it is that their fees are they're upfront. They're so much less.
Yeah.
It ends up being about 10% total. Now, of course, there's always a fee for anybody who is curious. There's always a fee for what is mostly stripe, is the one that's used, but and so that's always going to come out of there. But that's just like whether it was a credit card fee or whatever. But and the cool part about it is when you list things, before you ever list them, like, you can see exactly what fees are coming out.
Right.
So if you go, oh man, I paid $10 for this, and this is how, if I put it at this price, I'm only making, X. I need to at least make what I paid for it, or, double your money, which is pretty common. And so you can figure that out before you ever publish a listing, which is wonderful.
Yes.
And I will tell you, I have never felt like more included and more heard. And more supported than on district. And that goes for the makers market, all of the folks that are on there, whether it's a question, whether it's me as an owner looking for input on what you guys would want to see. The team there immediately, if one of our sellers or community members has an issue with something, they are so responsive. They meet with us every week. They take our ideas. They have, I mean, I can't even tell you that. I mean, I was one of, the newer owners, um, relatively, and everything that I would like, I wanted digitals, and they wrote it down, and they kept coming back to me saying, okay, this is where we are. And if you know anything about project management, and especially from software engineering and those kind of things, it takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just say, oh, and flip your fingers, and it happens. So the fact that they're just so responsive and so helpful, um, are there, and the cool part about it is that we get to see the evolution, and we get to be a part of that. And I think that's pretty cool. Um, and the fact that you can go live right there, I can chat with people. I don't have to have a Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I do have those things, but I never use them because I have one place that I can go to chat with people, to do collaborations, to have show and tells. Everything is right there, and it's fabulous. So, see, I got on my soapbox. I'm sorry, but I
No,
really like
good. No, it's good.
it.
All I can say is I never sold anywhere. I didn't, I just didn't. I don't even have Facebook. I don't do Facebook at all. I mean, I have an eBay account because I was a buyer. So I
Sure.
understood the concept. But when Angela introduced the marketplace, I knew I trusted her enough and her experience. Because I'd known Angela, we'd known each other for a year, probably when
Yeah.
you launched the marketplace. And I knew if I needed anything, I had the community that I have right here in the chat. That's what I knew. I
Yeah.
knew that I had people I trusted, whether it was Sandy or Angela or Carol or whoever, there were people there that I knew and had a relationship with. So I wanted to be a part of that.
Right.
And again, I still really don't sell a whole lot, but it gave me an opportunity as a newbie to get my foot wet in that realm of things and understand that what the fees were. So when Angela's talking about it, again, as a newbie, I upload things. It is user friendly. Everything is right there in black and white. I know exactly like where I can put in my shipping costs, how much fees are going to be taken out. It's just really, really easy from my perspective. It is.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what's nice for me as an owner is that I go through every single application, and I try to I have some applications that need to get um approved or reviewed after I'm done with vacation. Ha ha. The vacation that never happened. But I know I can trust all of those people, in whether they're in the community, whether they're a seller, whether they're a buyer, that if one of us that's been around for a long time is not there to answer the question, someone else is there to help them. And that's pretty cool. A very, very special thing. Um, so I love that. I mean, I love that I have a trusted community that, it's an extension of your business, and we're all in it together, and we're all, working towards similar goals and supporting each other's small businesses. And I don't like that. It's a pretty cool thing, I have to say.
Yeah, that's why I like to and I've seen the community grow. I love that part of it too. I've been introduced to new sellers and new makers, and a lot of you guys don't have
you don't produce videos on YouTube, but you have items in the Makers Market that you can go see that product. And that's really unique. I love that part of it too.
Yeah, and I love probably my favorite is when people do the show and tell, and they're like, look what I made today. It's inspiration, and it's just fun to see. Or if somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about selling these, what do do you like these, or what do you think of this? Or it's really cool to see that within the group. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, we had is it Buckland's Creations ask if anyone can sell. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, but Bucky Ann.
Bucky Ann. Okay, Bucky. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember Bucky Ann now because we talked about her channel name. That's fun. Hey, if anybody's out there and you have you produce videos on YouTube, feel free to put your channel handle in there, and we can go make sure that we're subscribed and all that. We forgot to say that. We usually do say that.
Yes, for sure we do.
Or if you have anything going on, like Messy Palette and her weekly series, anything at all. Self-promotion is welcomed.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And that's the other thing. I'm not to I need to get off the soapbox, but when I'm very passionate about it, and it was a way for me to, bring my career and my past experience, in business and leadership development and all of that to something that I love, which is art. And the other part is that I just think that it's a really cool, safe place if you've never sold before, that you're not left alone. And there's somebody that's going to be there to support you. And I would rather have a safe place and take it slow and, get my feet wet and know that I'm supported than, to go, I have no, which is exactly how I felt when I started selling on some of these other platforms. And don't get me wrong, you can sell. I don't have rules like, well, if you sell here, you can't sell on Poshmark or Etsy or eBay. I have eBay, I have Etsy. Sometimes things don't fit, where I want to sell them. So, you got a business to run. But I had another point I was going to make that was really profound, I'm sure, but I don't know what it was.
Well, everybody in the chat, when I give the count of 3, everybody needs to encourage Denise Gardner to sell on Makers Market, because let me tell you something. You want to talk about a talented individual, Miss Ma'am, whether it's Makers Market or wherever you are. I'm not joking about it. She is an extremely talented creator, and just incredible things that I know people would love to see. Denise.
Yep, I agree. And Angel, I don't, but I would love to get connected with her. Does she have where would I find her? Or you could always have her pop on the Makers Market and reach out to me or email me too. But yeah, I'd love to.
Little Treasures by Nancy.
Yeah, I don't think I know who that is.
I don't know if she's on let's see. Is she on YouTube? Oh, she must be on YouTube because she popped up in the search bar before I finished.
There you go.
Little Treasure. Yeah, here she is. She's on YouTube for sure.
Okay, I'm going to have to go follow her. I think, let's see.
Yeah, that's the channel name. Thank you, Angel.
Awesome. I'm probably going to have to wrap up here shortly. Go spend a little time with the family.
Yeah, me too. My honey has to work tomorrow, so I want to go spend some time. But I was excited because I don't know if I've ever done a live on a big Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of go rogue and do it whenever I can. But don't forget, friends, that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, Carrie will be on YouTube going live. And if you need me to moderate or anything, just let me know. I know Leslie said she was going to do it, right? But
Yeah.
if something
Yep.
changes, I'm here for you. I'll be there either way. But
Cool. I'm going to send you the link. Hop on. We'll do
okay.
it. Yeah.
That's,
And I'll do the same for you at 2:30. I should be able to do a little while, but you know, I gotta get
yeah.
ready for the week and all that. But
Right, you got travels to do.
Mhm.
And I will be on at 2:30 both on YouTube and the Makers Market. But if for those of you who are asking about the Makers Market, if you go over and join, you'll see that there's live streams and mine should pop up on there. But it would be a good time for you to come over because I think I'm going to sell a few things. Just it's going to be buyer's choice, and you guys can kind of pick what you want me to bring to the sale, and we'll just do it's just going to be really casual and not not nothing huge, but we're going to work on scraps and then we'll spend a little time and do a little selling, and you'll kind of see how that works. So it's another opportunity for you over there too. But if you don't want to, you can watch it right there on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good. Thank y'all.
Well,
Also,
hey, thank you for at the very last minute for hanging out with me and for moderating with me. I appreciate
absolutely.
it. And crafting along. That was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the Give Us Scrap this year. It's going to be fun, guys.
It will be very, very, very.
Guys, I hope y'all have a great evening.
Yeah, everybody have fun. I made well, Dave and I made a roast, and
hey, that's what I made too today.
That is awesome. Now we don't put potatoes in ours because we have to make those reams, or however you say that name, noodles for Demi, because so we take the broth out and then we boil the noodles in the broth. So it's almost beef and noodles, but I got my carrots, so that's good. That's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hopefully, come check us out tomorrow if you can. If not, I do hope that you all have a great Sunday and a very, very good week.
Yes. And Becky, and reach out. Let's hang out. I'll get you all the information that you need. And until tomorrow, have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye, guys.